occasion with so many distinguished guests who are here. So first, it is my first time being in the presence of His Holiness, the 42nd Sakya Trinzen Rinpoche. Tujiche, and welcome back to Canada. I obviously want to express a very heartfelt and very warm birthday message to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. It is a privilege to be here on behalf of so many of my constituents from Parkdale High Park, so many of you who I represent in the House of Commons, but the chance to wish His Holiness on his 87th birthday is an auspicious one. And I echo the words we heard earlier about all of the message that His Holiness brings to not just the Tibetan community in Canada and around the world, but to all people internationally. That message of compassion, altruism, and peace is a significant one. It is the reason why he is an honorary citizen of not just Canada, but so many other nations. It is the reason why he has a Nobel Peace Prize. It is the reason why he inspires people to add to their names, like Ines Cantor Freedom, because this is a man of influence, a man of great service to humanity. And we wish him only the best for the years to come. Happy birthday. I want to pick up on Ines Cantor Freedom because there are things that you said which I think really resonated, and I thank you. I also want to say to Ines and to his agent Hank and to others a very blessed Eid Mubarak, because today is Eid al-Adha for Muslims that are celebrating around the world. But it dovetails with me because you know I am Chola Arif, but Arif is a Muslim name. I am your Muslim brother. You have a Turkish brother. You have many brothers and sisters from around the world. But when he talks about that message of His Holiness, talking about it doesn't matter the color of your skin, it doesn't matter your religion or your faith, we are all sharing this planet together, that is exactly the correct message. And I think it's auspicious if we can celebrate Eid al-Adha, for those of you who know, is about the sacrifice, that Ibrahim was going to sacrifice his son, instead he sacrificed an animal. The idea was that he was sacrificing for God, for Allah. And the idea of sacrifice for some greater purpose is everything to me that His Holiness represents. So the fact that today, his birthday, we're also celebrating Eid, is to me is things like the stars aligning, because it is faiths coming together in a common cause. And that message is not lost on me. But also with Ines, I want to say in terms of sacrifice, it's not lost on me that, you had a pretty good life, right? You played for multiple teams. I was looking it up. I knew you as a Celtic, but you were with the Jazz, you were with the Thunder, you were with Portland. I'm a Raptors fan, so no offense, but you gave up a lot to take a stand. And what I learned at that parliamentary convention when I was there with Condonino is that many people have taken stands around the world on behalf of Tibet. Some people have consequences, some people have very direct consequences. And I really sincerely say Tashakur, which is like Tujiche, but we say Tashakur in Turkish. Tashakur to you for making such a sacrifice on behalf of the God. But what I also learned at that parliamentary convention on Tibet, and I spoke in terms of what we were doing in Canada. I learned about Jim McGovern in the United States, what he is doing. I shared panels with Australians. I met Latvians, people from El Salvador, from Mexico, from all around the world. Everyone is doing their part, but we're also learning from each other about what more we can do and how we can coordinate to make that fist. Although I found it funny, we're talking about a Buddhist leader and we're talking about boxing, but we can do that. That's fine. You can do that. But it's important about this idea of coming together, which is really, really important. And what I wanted to say is that work happens at the highest levels internationally, but that work is also happening domestically here in Canada. You know me as your Member of Parliament. You know that I'm the chair of the Parliamentary Friends of Tibet group. This year, as in many past years, we have welcomed Tibetan young people to Parliament Hill. We had 7 this year, placed with 4 different parties. And I'm going to give you their names because they did amazing work. We had Kunchuk Tomgyal, Ganden Gyaltsen, Yangchen Dolkar, Tenzin Yangtze, Tarachoki Nongri, Kuga Keduk, and Tenzin Tukten. I think some of them are here today, and there's some alumni in the group that I'm looking at from previous years. But not only did they run a Tibetan Day on the Hill, they talked about the struggle, they talked about the middle way, they even made homemade kapse and desi. Like, it was incredible. Really, what these young people did was amazing. And the kapse was almost as good as what we've had here, and the desi was almost as good as I get at the TCC. But I say this because, to me, this is really that future. When we see these very young people here, these people who are 4 or 5 years old, who are singing and dancing, they go on to become high school and university students. Hopefully they go on to things like internships on Parliament Hill, or in Washington, or in London, England, wherever they may be. But they spread the cause and the idea of Tibet, and the idea of the struggle for linguistic, cultural, and religious freedom. That is what we're doing here, and that is what I'm working to promote. When I was there, I was also with James Maloney, who couldn't be here today, so he sends his regrets. But James took an active role in the parliamentary convention and was advocating on behalf of his constituents. And other things that we were able to do in terms of what we've been doing in Ottawa is we received Sikyo Pepa Seringa, we received Tashi Rabgyal Rinpoche, the abbot of the Tashi Lagpo Monastery. We also received a person who is in the second row here, who is a bit shy. You know, he's an athlete just like Enos Cantor. But this fellow, Enos, right behind you, he has walked from Toronto to Ottawa 3 times. Walked there and walked back to raise awareness about the Tibetan cause, the Tibetan struggle for linguistic, cultural, and religious freedom. David Sangitya, stand up there, please. And again, when you say you were inspired by these young children, Enos, I'm inspired by this fellow behind you, because when people take that level of effort, that level of physical toll on their body just to spread awareness of the cause, it only inspires me to try and do more. And what I'm trying to do is raise awareness about the middle way approach, raise awareness about the Sino-Tibetan dialogue, continue to speak in the House of Parliament about these critical issues. I had an interesting discussion at the World Parliament with a person who I never thought I'd be sitting next to for about an hour and a half. That was Richard Gere. For all you young people, you have no idea what I'm talking about. For all the old aunties and uncles, all the amalas, they love Richard Gere, because he is a very famous actor who's now maybe 65, 70 years old. But what I was amazed by was not his celebrity. I was amazed by his commitment. He said to me, you know, we talked about celebrities taking on a cause, whether it's an athlete or an actor. He said it has to come from here. You have to believe it. You have to really take on a cause. And he's taken it on, I think, for about 4 decades now. And I thought we would be talking about little things, but you know, I actually learned a lot from Richard Gere that evening. And I know he's a hero to all of you, but I was learning a lot about Richard Gere, the Buddhist, Richard Gere, the advocate, Richard Gere, the activist. And with a man like that in your corner, there's no doubt that there's only a positive future to look forward to. So when we say next time in Lhasa, next time in the Potala Palace, that is something that I'm committed to, that is what I'll continue to work for, and that is what the message of this event is to be conveyed. Thank you, TPJ Garinche.
Thank you so much, Honorable Arif. Chola.